You are listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast brought to you by Birmingham Live. Hello, welcome to the Aston Villa News Facebook page and the Claret and Blue podcast. This is an impromptu recording. It's myself and James. We're just recording the podcast about the state of Aston Villa's squad for next season. As we're scrolling through Twitter in a little break, we see that the kit has been revealed, the home kit for 2022. We all knew it was coming out today. There's been leaks for what it was going to be like leading up to this week, and we'd all seen them, and there's been varying opinions on what it looks like. So we're just going to go a quick kind of 10-15 minute reaction about the kit, and more so about the kit launch, I guess. The fact that a couple of the players are in there, notably Jack Grealish, which we'll talk about in a minute, pretty much like last season's, but with darker claret pinstripes and a different collar. James, first of all, a long-winded intro there. Do you like the kit?
I hated it when you had the fan image. But it looks so much like last season. But when it's sitting on a player, there's loads of details I really appreciate. And I think for the first time in a while, I might actually buy a home kit. So that's nice. That has changed my opinion so quick.
Yeah, we were just talking about the kits before and our previous recording, which isn't yet out, which is bizarre. We just recorded a massive segment about Jack Grealish, which might all be outdated by this point as well. But yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of the kit, and there's a few comments rolling in now. People saying it looks terrible. Ian says I like it. Matthew says it looks terrible. So kits always polarise with fans. I'm not really that bothered about it because, like you said, those first photos that were leaked, I thought, it's a bit like last year's, but arguably not as good. I've seen a photo of it on the Villa website as well, and I think it looks all right. But then you see Jack Grealish and Tyrone Mings filling it out with their big, ripped bodies, and you think, actually, it looks good on the players. And like always, every
what about
year,
Ollie Watkins?
Ollie Watkins, yeah, fair enough. Ollie Watkins, sorry, Ollie, he looks good in it as well. But the point is, and the women players, right, everyone looks good in it. What I'm saying is, you see photos of it just as a mock-up, and you think, it's all right. But then when you see people wearing it, it always looks better. I wouldn't look as good at it as all these guys, but on them, it does look good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a photo kind of like, or a video 15 seconds in of Mings wearing it, and you can see it reminds me of kind of the old Rover kit in the like the early 2000s. I think David O'Leary's first year. So I think good memories for that bit of nostalgia value. But I think the downside is it's very similar to last season's kit, and that it's undeniable because I think you can see kind of like the stripe where it kind of bends off, and there's just a little bit of detail there. Look, there's not much you can do if you're a certain designer with a certain kind of design manifesto you have to stick to, and you have to do a certain colour combination for a certain club. So disappointed to see that it's not a massive departure from last season. They haven't kind of went all out for their last season, but I think it's a fair effort. I think, again, I said I hated it when I first saw like the leaked images, but it looks so much better with how kind of Villa presented it. Whether it looks better on us fans or the stadium shirt is remains to be seen, but I think it's good how it's changed my mind. So yeah, I like that.
I'm just reading the kind of press release from Villa now. Obviously, Kazoo still, Kappa, as we all know. Club launch video and photography features Aston Villa players Jack Grealish, Tyrone Mings, John McGinn, Ollie Watkins, Jodie Hutton, Marissa Ewers, Sarah Malian and Remy Allen. They'll join my local Villa fans as well as DJ and lifelong supporter Nathan Dorr. Following record demand last season, the club's new home strip is again available in all ranges of size, including men's, women's, juniors and infants, as well as standard and pro editions, men's only. It does look good. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep repeating myself here, but it didn't look that great on the initial leaks of it, and it is very similar to last year's. I do like the little claret around the arm, like the ring around the arm. I don't think that was on last year's, and I actually quite like the colour. So a lot of talk about the kind of it's claret here rather than blue full sleeves, but at this point, the brief for an Aston Villa shirt is claret body, blue sleeves, pretty much. Like, what more can you do with that? My kind of gripe with kit launch is to go off in a different direction, is that we've not seen the away or the third, and they release those separately. I know that's just a marketing business thing to make you want to buy them all because you kind of stagger your bank account going down a bit. But I want to see them all now. I want to make a decision on which one I like and then buy them. But yeah, it's all right. I'm looking forward to seeing the away, and there's not much more that can be said about a kit, is there really?
No, I think the best thing about it is, like we've seen Jack Grealish in it. No offense to Mings, Watkins, Jodie Hutton, Mr. Hughes, and everyone else. But I think that was the main one, is that people just wanted to see him in a Villa thing again. So just a nice bit of reassurance, I guess. Even if whatever it comes to, but it's really nice to see him wearing it and kind of being such a part of the quick kit launch because we all hear all the talk, and football clubs and players are usually very quiet in these periods about what's going on. And obviously, it's not a sign that yes, he's definitely staying at Aston Villa. It is a really nice kind of reassurance, I think, that kind of all needed.
There's a photo of Jack kind of like sprayed out across the whole end with his feet up, and you just think, how is this guy ever going to play for another football club in the immediate future? Like, obviously, things can change in the future, but that doesn't look like a player that's about to. I mean, all the reports that it's a done deal with Man City. He's already signed. A buyout clause has been triggered. All these reports that have gone around in the last few weeks doesn't look like it to me, does it?
No, and again, I've just seen a photo of him in the of Jack Grealish kind of coming through the turnstile. And obviously, it's
scarf on.
No, it's one of him. Just kind of, I think it's separate. It's just a part of the kit launcher. He's coming through, and I'm feeling that kit a lot more now. And that's just how marketing works, isn't it? I saw it standalone as its own thing. I was like, nah, you're all right. I've seen Jack Grealish in it. I'm going to pay 90 quid for a kit that I can't fit into. So.
Let's talk about Grealish then. I suppose this is the branching off discussion about whether he's staying. There's a few fans have already seen it as I'm scrolling through, and fans in the comments here saying, let's not forget that Fabian Delph was in Villa's kit launch and then moved to Man City. Unbelievable parallels that it's still Man City that we're talking about as the potential buyer. But that feels like a very, very different situation to me with Delph and Grealish. I think the club was run at a very different time then as well. I think if as reported is the case that the Grealish deal is already done and he signed it back in January and all this nonsense, and he was being rested at the Euros because Man City want to keep him fit for the next season and all that. This kit launch wasn't done post Sunday and released today. This has been in the bag for a few weeks, you'd suggest, because Tyrone Mings and Jack Grealish are on holiday for a start. So this kit launch should have been done a few weeks ago. You could argue that there's a deal has maybe been progressed since Jack Grealish has been pictured in this photo. But if that was the case, I would imagine this club is now run correctly, that if they knew he was about to depart from Man City, they would take him out of the promotion for the new kit. That seems pretty obvious. With Fabian Delph, yes, I understand it happened before, but to me that seems very different. Jack Grealish is the poster boy for Aston Villa, and the easy way to get out of all of this speculation would be to not include him in the kit launch at all. And yeah, that would spark people saying, oh, he's not in the kit launch, that means he must be going. But the fact that he is in there with his feet up and saying, oh, I love this club, I've been here all my life, or whatever, doesn't suggest that there's been a pre-contract agreement with Man City, and next week we'll be doing a podcast where he's holding up a blue shirt instead.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're in a kit launch doesn't obviously mean that you're locked into the club for life. We've seen it happen before, but I feel like with how Villa kind of operated, it'd be a bit of a silly thing to make him such a big part of it. And I know certain things can't be helped. And if a player wants to move after they've made a kit launch video like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, that your mind it can change. But I just don't see kind of why there'd be such a major part of it. It's essentially the entire thing. So
yeah,
and there's lines saying in it that say like, I love playing for my club, and I love playing for my club, and and also so it'd be kind of selling them a bit short if there was a move, and then this current icon, living legend of Aston Villa was to then suddenly depart for Man City after being the back of it would be a bit of a situation, to say the least. But look, things can happen. We'll see what happens. But again, nice bit of reassurance, isn't it?
You would imagine the next bit of big news to come out of Villa, and this is all kind of hearsay, my own opinion at this point, is that he's signing a new contract. It's all set up to be that, right, kit launch, he's in the photos, everyone's going to be talking about it. Is he staying? Oh, he must be staying. He's in the kit launch, and all these rumours, buying the kit, you can get it with Grealish 10 on the back. You think the next thing that comes out, whether it's in the next hour, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, is that Jack Grealish has signed a new 5, 6, 7 year deal, and he's in this lovely new shirt. It's got to be, hasn't it? It would look massively stupid for Villa now. I know it's not their fault. It's marketing. It's different to how the club is run from a business perspective. But it would look massively stupid now to make him front and centre of a new kit, and next week he signs for Man City. It'd
be a bit of a low blow, and I'm not saying that fans buy kits just because of Grealish, but it changed my mind. You know what I mean? If I was to go out there and buy kits for all the family just because of how motivated and inspired the video made me, and then it's like, oh yeah, he's gone. It'd be a palaver, wouldn't it? Like it would, it would be. But again, like you said, it's not. Certain things can happen in football, and the marketing department doesn't decide who stays or goes. They got to make the best of the situation they have, in the situation right now. That Jack Grealish is a Villa player, so why not? I guess
it seems strange to make him such a big deal and then not have him sign the contract be the next thing. But as we said, it happened with Fabian Delph. It could happen again, but I just feel like things are different now. And we've just done a podcast where we're talking about the squad depth, and we did a massive 15-minute segment on Grealish, which I think I said during that, this will probably be all out of date soon. It does feel like, yes, he's not signed a contract, but because he's like we've got this little tease that it might be happening because he's in the kit photos. That last 15 minutes of podcast seems redundant now because it does feel more now than it did 15 minutes ago that he will stay.
I can re-record that bit if you want that.
We'll just put this in instead and explain why all that's now out of date. The other thing with the kit, which is why I was wearing this today, because I knew the kit was coming out, and as I said, we recorded this other podcast.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, actually, the new kit is just the third kit from last year.
Yeah, this is the kit. I actually had a delivery come halfway through we were recording. I thought, oh, what if this is the new kit? I've been sent it earlier. Then it's just an ASOS delivery. It wasn't the kit. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never been sent the kit earlier. My point is, when I first saw this shirt last year, the third shirt, for those that are maybe listening to this in the future and not being able to see us, the white one with like the badge of, or the district of Birmingham, or whatever it is, I hated this when it first came out. When it was first pictured, I just thought, it's weird. I don't really like the colours, the navy and the white. I do like white away shirts, but there's something about it I didn't like. It looks like camouflage rather than a map. And then I saw it on the players, and I saw it wearing in a few games. And I thought, you know what, that's actually all right. And it was on sale, I think, for 20 quid or something. And I think this was the first one I bought. I know I had the away first, but I had the away first, then I bought this one over the home shirt. So my opinion is on kit launches is that you see leaks and think, oh, it's not brilliant. You see the video, and especially if the players are in it, you think, oh, actually, that's all right. And then you wear it for a few games, and then this is this season's shirt now, and you do like it. And as much as the kit is a piece of material and the design is pretty much whatever, if Villa make good memories in this shirt, it's a good shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of how it goes, isn't it? If it could be a pretty kind of quote unquote awful kit, but if Villa to do special things in it, it becomes a legendary kit. And I think the thing that stands for me right now is I didn't buy last season's home shirt for whatever reason. This shirt it's a lot similar. Therefore, I kind of like last season's shirt. This one seems a little bit of an improvement, so I'm going to buy it. But if you bought last season's shirt, I could see why you would just not be into the idea of buying this one. Like you can buy the away kit. Have we got any details on the away kit to share? Or
I've heard a few rumours of what it could be. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Can I take a guess?
I'm on overly right. Yeah,
I'll take a guess.
I've told you about this. I'm pretty sure we've
That's what I was going to do. I was going to go. I'm going to dob you in it and take a guess. But I think, and this isn't just because of stuff I've heard. I think it has to be pinstripes, doesn't it? Like, because that's the last season's away kit was. So it stands to reason this season's one is going to be, but white.
Yeah, I would be. By the way, before anyone starts, I've not seen it. I've just seen rumours here and there. But I would be surprised with it being the 40th year anniversary of 1982 that it's not inspired by that in some way. Whether that's a white shirt with Claret pinstripes or whether it's got some kind of motif. I don't know, whether it's got a little trophy on the back. Remember when we had William McGregor on the back? If it's got the European Cup on the back, or I'd imagine it'll be some way to commemorate 1982. If it is white, I'll definitely be buying it because I love white away kits, as I've mentioned many, many times. If it's white with Claret pinstripes like 1982, but a modernised version, 100% buying it. I'd imagine, looking at the home shirt being kind of pinstripes, it will be a white version of the home shirt. Would make sense. Like last year's was the black shirt was the black version of the Claret strip, wasn't it? So
yeah, there's a few good comments coming in. Because I was going to ask you what you think the third kit's going to be. But it could be genuinely any. It could be anything.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I saw people talking about yellow kits a few days ago. And how yellow kits is a bit of a Villa thing with the one in kind of 2004-ish, I think.
There's one before one, the Matt Kendrick's third shirt.
The late 80s one. And then we had it in the year that we went down. And I'm kind of scarred by yellow kits just because of that one when we got relegated in it. The Macron shirt, the yellow and black, which, to be fair, looking back as a design, wasn't actually that bad. But as a football shirt, because of the memories that come with it, is a horrific football kit that I never want to see again.
Yeah. Marco Richards looked good in it. He didn't play well in it, but he looked good in it.
I won't be against yellow. If it was a nice yellow design, I won't be against that. But I've not seen any rumours about the third. So absolute total guess. I think that comes out after the away as well. I think it's away in August, then third comes later than that. Like I said, it would be nice if they all just came together, but it is what it is. Carol in the comments just said, are you not looking at what Villa fans are saying? Is it just about you two? No, it's not just about us two. If you're watching this and you want to give a quick yes or no as whether you like the home kit or not, that'd be greatly appreciated. We'll get a bit of a straw poll going. Yeah. There's 150-ish, 100 people in here.
Nice chance, Carol. What have you got to say?
If you're watching it, Carol, your opinion, we'd love to hear it. I actually quite like it. As I said, I wasn't a massive fan of the pinstripes in the leaks of it, and the collar looked a bit strange shape. But I've seen it on Tyrone Mings' 6'6" Adonis body, and I'm all over it.
I like this one from Elliot Watkins. It says, I think I've done it right. Which player are people going to get on the back? I don't know.
That's a good shout. Do you get players on the back?
I kind of, and this isn't just to, insult anyone who's watching. I kind of just grew out of that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't want a name on the back, but I do get jealous when I see people walk around with the old McGrath on the back, and even the Abon Lahore one, and some of the old Grealish ones, the Championship Grealish ones. So I always regret the decision not to, because it becomes like a classic kind of item.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't care. It's just I just want to keep kind of playing. But if I was to get a name, I think I'd go Mings, Watkins, or Konza.
If I was going to get one and I knew he was staying, it'd be Grealish, just because he's the man, isn't he? He's the iconic player. I've got the home shirt of our first year back in the Premier League with Grealish on the back. I bought with Grealish on the back off a friend. He was selling it, and it already had Grealish 10 on the back. So I'll probably go with that. Mings 5, maybe. I'd go with. It's always difficult, isn't it? Because squad numbers change. Some of them will change. I wouldn't want to risk getting Konza 6. Was he 6? 4? Konza 4? Oh, I can't even remember.
He's 6.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to risk getting somebody's number straight away so I knew the squad number. So if I was buying it today, I wouldn't get it personalised, and I'd get it done separately at a later date. But it'd be Mings or Jack for me. Let's have a couple of look at these comments then before we go. I thought this would be like a 5-minute broadcast, but we've done 18 minutes of chat about a shirt that on this live stream we've not even shown.
We're not allowed to.
For those watching this on the Claret podcast at a later date, we have got some nice video or footage or photos of it from you, James. Future you, who's going to go and buy the shirt and send me some videos of it. So thanks, James, for the video that you're going to send me in the future. That's lovely. Peter says, I've never liked stripes or pinstripes / barcodes. I'm not a big fan. We'll be buying it though. I love
Fair
that.
play, Peter,
It's a good attitude. Thomas says, I personally like it. It looks great. Holly says, I'm waiting for Jack to confirm his future before I buy it. It's very wise. Elliot says, whatever the kit looks like, I'll still buy it, which is fair. Where else? Carol says, I like the stripes. Villa fan all the way. Always like the home kit, but I love getting a Wale third. Yeah, same.
That's you. Once you get
a few shirts, all the homes look the same, don't they? All being Claret and blue, so at least the ways look a bit different. Who else? Anyone said anything? Lee says, do you think Jack will stay? Opinion, please. Yes, is my opinion. No background knowledge behind that, but yes, I think he stays. Yeah, I think that's it for this little Facebook Live. Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm sorry that we can't show it, but unfortunately we don't own the rights to Villa's photograph, so we can't show it. It is available to buy today in store and online, so if you want to go and buy it, you can go and do so. James, if you can go and buy it and send me some footage, then to make a slightly nicer podcast than a random Facebook Live. So yeah, thank you very much. Thanks guys for joining us. We'll be back with a Current Blue podcast. When should we do it? Tomorrow now, I guess. Doesn't need to be today anymore, does it? So tomorrow, oh no, we've got Ray Houghton coming tomorrow. Oh God, it's all going off. At some point, there'll be a Current Blue podcast talking about Villa's squad depth, which we're going to go and record the end of now because we interrupted ourselves to record this one. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Stay with Current Blue as always, and we'll be back again in about a few hours at this point. Thanks, James. Catch you soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please do let us know. We love hearing your feedback. We'll be back soon with another episode, but until then, up the Villa.